What does at scale mean? What does the expression at scale mean? Does it mean on a larger scale or does it mean at a level appropriate to the what's available? I came up with these two definitions by looking the expression up on the internet, but I still feel very confused. Here are two sentences. Over the course of that first afternoon, the next months, and finally over several years, we honed our practice activities into tools that could help make teachers better. At scale, if you seek to do something great, you most likely live a battle for talent, for smart and capable people who can do great things at scale.
See scalability, Wiki. Scalability is the ability of a system, network, or process to handle a growing amount of work in a capable manner or its ability to be enlarged to accommodate that growth. In the given cases, tools that could help make teachers better, at scale, implies those that could measure up to the size of the task. People who can do great things at scale. Similarly implies people who can do great things when those things manifest in a real-life, larger, systems. It is easier to demonstrate a prototype supersonic aircraft, but extremely complex to build a really usable/commercial product of the same design concept. We do not say on a large scale in this context, but instead we say at scale, because the magnitude could either increase or decrease from time to time. Adapting accordingly and producing comparable results in all cases is a challenge in itself. Think prosthetic and orthotic devices, for one.
In the software world, the idea of at scale refers to automation or other tools that lets you execute some needed task or great idea easily, no matter how many machines or applications or whatever need to be changed. In other words, if you have to go and change each machine or application one by one, then clearly you can't operate at a large scale effectively. If you have some way to just press a button and have all the changes made automatically, no matter how many machines or applications you are talking about, then you are able to make those changes at scale. In the example the questioner gave, my guess would be that they were creating training tools that can be delivered locally, and do not require the experts who created them to go deliver the training. The former could reach an infinite number of teachers, i.e., at scale, the latter could not.
I think it's the same as at a large scale when used loosely. I've got an example that reads provide powerful and easy to use solutions at scale. This, in my opinion, means that those solutions are intended for a large group of recipients, not just a few, which is why I think the meaning is the same as in at a large scale.
Dictionaries give different definitions. New dictionary. At scale, on a large scale, involving large amounts or volumes of something. And Wiktionary. At scale, prepositional phrase on a large scale, involving large amounts or volumes of something. This manufacturing process is fine for a cottage industry, but it can't be done at scale. Give a purely, large, size-related definition. Longsighter, amended slightly. Proven, at scale means that the proof needs to involve more than a lab test, a pilot, or a single small region. It means that recycling of a certain packaging type needs to be proven to work in practice in multiple regions, collectively representing a significant geographical area in terms of population size, ideally across different country and city archetypes. This to indicate that the recycling in practice is replicable, and that the design of the packaging is not the barrier to realize recycling in practice in other countries. Gives a corresponding meaning, across the board, in all contexts, not niche. While the Computer Language Company Incorporated, courtesy of the Free Dictionary. At scale, a phrase that means at the required size to solve the problem. At scale typically refers to handling larger volumes. And Martin Lawson at Grammar How. At scale is an expression that implies that something has the needed requirements to handle a task or problem. It has to do with something or someone being good enough to tackle an issue. It is mostly used when speaking technically. Give a required size-related definition, the Computer Language Company definition, with the caveat that this usually means using larger volumes.
It always just means at a large scale. It's an example of a phrase where no one knows its origin, no one can explain why we use those words to mean that thing, we all just agree on what it means. But in this case many people will wax poetic about scalability. The rules are to back this up, so, this answer is based on 24 years, as a professional software engineer.
If you want to support the channel, please consider